Hello, everyone. It is 7:21, and I am 2 hours into my day from work. I do work at a school, so I was up at 5 o'clock this morning helping out a client, as always. And I'm headed to my next job, and I wanted to come to you all. I know you all have seen my face out here. A lot over the past couple weeks, but we just bring a lot of good information from my business. Makisha and I are bringing some live topics, and I just wanted to come this morning and talk to you all about what I actually in my line of work. You all know I'm a mold inspector, so I kind of bring real life situations to you all, so that you all can plan and be prepared if this should happen to you. So on Tuesday, I'll say about 2 years ago, I had a client call, and I did some mold testing, a series of mold testing in her home that they recently purchased. They had some water leaks, and now they are in court. Now they are in mitigation to try to figure out. Hello, my love, Makisha. Hello, Austin. Hello, Sharika. They are in mitigation to try to fix this because a house was sold that had mold in it. So that brings me to my point of topic, is that I had a client call me, and what happened was an inspector, a home inspector, found efflorescence on the concrete walls in the basement of this home. He said it was mold, and the homeowner and the mortgage company wanted to find out if it was true or not. So they wanted to have an expert come in and do an assessment. So while I was in this home, the homeowner told me that there was a wolf spider in the home, in the basement. So if you know what a wolf spider is, it's about the size of my hand. Full grown, it is really that big. So as scared as I am of animals, or bugs, I'm looking every 5 seconds to try to figure out where this wolf spider was. So imagine going into a basement and seeing a bug the size of your hand on the wall or on the insulation. It was, this one, I actually found it. It was a baby. It was probably about that big in size, but it was still present. It was still there. So I'm looking up, looking at this, and I found what I believe to be was mold. So I took pictures. I took a sample of the wall first. Then I took a sample of the wood joist. I was not hired to do that. However, I wanted to be clear that, that I'm giving the homeowner everything they needed before they sold this house. The house was on the market. So one test of the wall came back that there was not mold. The second test of the wood joist came back that it was. So I informed the homeowner, and he basically told me that I was not hired to do an inspection of the home or of the basement, only to determine if the wall had mold on it. So although this is true, however, in my profession and most of our professions, I've learned to go above and beyond to protect myself. Say, for instance, the house sells, and the new buyer has someone to come in, and they find that it's mold. It traces back to Daniel. It will. Somebody's going to put the blame on Daniel. You are supposed to be the expert. Why didn't you look at this? And I really can't say, well, I was only hired to look at, I was only hired to look at the wall. In the argumentative state, I could be like, well, you didn't see it, it didn't look like it, so many different variables, so I wanted to protect myself. So the homeowner told me that you were not hired to inspect the basement. You were only hired to determine if effervescence, if that was mold or not, and we just need a letter stating that. So I did what he paid for. I did write the letter, but I also informed him that there was mold there. I sent him a letter. I stated that it was there, and I advised him to get it clean. Probably less than $1,000 to get it clean. I said, because if you sell this house knowing that I proved that there is mold growing on the wood joist, then it can bite you in the butt later. And I don't want to do that as a professional. My job is not to do that. It's to protect you. And basically he was like nonchalant, like, thanks. So I went and I called the realtor. The seller's agent, and I said, listen, I just wanted to let you know, because I didn't want you to get in trouble, but I wanted to inform you that I found more mold in this guy's basement. And I took a sample, and I paid, and he didn't pay for it, so he's not the owner of it. I took it to prove what it was or what it was not. So he wasn't the owner, so I really didn't need his permission to share it with the realtor. And I told her, I was like, well, he told me only to write the letter about the basement. And she was like, wow. And I'm like, wow. So she said, well, I'm gonna contact certain people and things like that. And if you're on and you're a realtor, how would you handle that? If it costs you a sale because someone came in and found mold, would you hide it, or would you tell a person? I know, I do have a lot of realtors that follow me, and they're very instrumental in some of my questions. But I want to know, if you are a realtor, or if you are a home buyer and someone hid this from you. Most times people don't know what mold is in a house. They don't know where to look. So, you all are oblivious to where it would be. But how would you feel if you bought a house and you found out that the seller's agent and the seller knew that it was mold there, that it was tested, and still didn't tell you? How would you feel about that? What would you do? So the agent, I don't know what steps needed to be taken or will need to be taken to handle this. However, I just felt that it was very unethical for this man to sell his house and not get this taken care of. I felt a little bad at first, because I was just like, dude, like, we're talking about less than $1,000. You're trying to sell a house that has mold in there. And I just want to make sure that everything is okay. So, I just wanted to come to you all today to say that there are people out here that do not have your best interest in mind. If you are looking to purchase a home, if you are looking to rent a home, here's the thing. In renting, there is no, you really do not need a home inspection if you're renting a house. However, don't you want to make sure that the air conditioned duct systems doesn't have mold? Because that's what that we see, is that air conditioning systems and their trunk lines have mold in there. Don't you want to make sure there is no mold in the crawl space or in your child's closet? For a minimum fee, you can have your home tested, home inspected, to make sure that there is no mold. It will serve you in the long run. And I'm coming to you because this is what I deal with day in and day out. I deal with people suffering day in and day out. And it's like no one wants to take blame, or no one wants to take responsibility. However, you as the consumer, you have every right to take that first step. And that first step is to give us a call. Smith Environmental, 704-453-1262. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram at Smith Environmental Solutions. You as the homeowner you have the power. It's your money. Before you rent a house, before you buy a house, you can have a mold inspection done. No one is going to tell you not to get a mold inspection done. If your realtor tell you not to get a mold inspection done, then you need to get it done. It's almost like telling a child not to do something. They're going to do it anyway. I'm telling you all, save yourself time, headache, and let's hold people responsible. I really do hope that this homeowner does the right thing and get his house, get his basement clean before this buyer comes in and purchases this home. So, hello Carlos, hello Leslie, Tamara, Greg, how's everyone doing today? I just wanted to come and talk to you about a recent situation that I was in as far as a homeowner selling a house where I clearly told him that it was mold, and he acted as if it was nothing important to him. I just, it's just one of those things that that's very disarming. The morals of people and what they do is just not right. And I really do hope that this buyer does their due diligence and get this house tested. So if you are on today, please share this video to your friends, share it on your page, because people need to know. People need to know that there is someone out here that's going to advocate for them when dealing with mold. Let me tell you all, it never ends. It never ends. I get calls all day, every day. People are dealing with this, and I don't want you to have to deal with this. I don't want you to have to buy a house and then call me, or move into an apartment, identify that there is a water leak, and your landlord or the property manager doesn't do anything about it. You can call me. I don't tear up openings, any walls. I'm not a remediation company. I do not perform the cutting out or anything of that nature. I'm certified as a mold remediator. I know the processes. I know how to do it. I do not perform big remediation jobs. So it's okay to call someone to come in and say, is this an issue? Is this a problem? I can be your consultant, your advisor, but please do not neglect this as being not a problem, because I get calls all the time. If you are in a situation where you are recognizing that there is a water leak, that there is mold, that there is something black and discolored, the first thing you want to do is give me a call. Hey Daniel, I have this issue and I just want to make sure. I don't know what steps to take. I talked to my landlord, I talked to the housing authority, I talked to the city. No one has any answers. They're not going to have any answers because they're not a professional. That's why I'm saying you all need to call me first, because I'm going to give you the answers. I'm not going to tell you to call the housing authority. I'm not going to tell you to call the city, because they're not going to do anything for you. You're wasting your time and your energy. Your time will be spent by giving us a call, allowing us to help you take that first step. So as I head to my job, as I head to my second job, I got 2 more jobs after this today. I just wanted to bring y'all some nuggets about this. My last video about mold remediation companies, we got over 2,000 views, and we hope that that this video receives the same amount, because it's important. 2,000 people need to hear this message. 3,000 people, 1 million people need to hear this message, because chances are every one of you all have been in a situation either prior or now where there is a water leak, where there is suspected mold, where you're coughing or sneezing in your environment and you don't know which way to turn. There's somebody dealing with that. It could be a close friend, it could be a loved one. And don't you want to do your due diligence and tell them about that and inform them and basically help them out? Don't you want to do that? I think that you should. What do you think? So please share this message on your page today. Share it to your groups. Share it to someone. It may not be today, it may be tomorrow. Share it with someone, because we definitely want people to be aware of what's going on. So to reiterate, to wrap it up, I was called in to do an inspection on a home in a basement, and after discovering mold and telling the homeowner did not take my advice to get it cleaned up, and the house is on the market for sale. And I just wanted to come to you all and say, if you're looking to buy a house, if you're looking to rent a home, you can call us and say, Daniel, we need for you to do an environmental assessment. No one is going to tell you not. They should not tell you not to get this done, because it's your money. You can spend it and you can get whoever you want to have it done. Some mortgage companies don't even require you to get the home inspected. Why do you get the home inspected? Because you want to make sure the electrical outlets are okay. You want to make sure that there is no leaks. But a lot of home inspectors do not. Let me tell you, a lot of home inspectors do not understand mold. They do not recognize what mold is. That's why I am a mold inspector, because there are simple things that are missed in a home inspection report. I've had 2 inspectors on this particular house, 2 inspectors before me, that did not recognize that there was mold on the wood joist. So that's all I'm saying. That the home inspector is not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect person, but I know mold. I know the hell out of mold. I will look at it. I can spot it from miles away. I can walk into a building and see it. It jumps out. It just be calling me. It be calling me. So, but this is what I do day in and day out. Anika, how you doing today? Please share this video. I would really appreciate it. Greg, please share this video. Tamara, please share this video. Carlos, if you're still watching. Leslie has already shared it. Makisha has shared it. Mark, what's going on, Mark? Haven't seen you in a long time. Please share this video. Danielle, please share this. Sabrina, John, Liza, please share this. Lakeisha, Austin, Sharika, please share this video. There's somebody out there that needs to hear this. There's somebody out there. Last thing before I jump into this job site, you all know my partner Makisha is a life coach. She is definitely amazing at what she does, and for me, my job is to always promote business, but number one, to promote my partner with all that I do. She has a goal of reaching, the sun is amazing this morning, but it's hit me right in my eyes. She has a goal of reaching out and having a certain amount of clients. However, she wants to find corporate offices, schools, larger corporations that are looking for business coaching, uplifting, team building. This is something that she's very powerful and passionate about. So in your line of business, if you have friends or family that is looking for life coaching or team building sessions, retaining, she has a lot of different seminars that she can talk about. Hit me up. If you can't get in contact with her, I'll definitely put you in front of her. Hit her up. She is, like I said, she is awesome at what she does. She's very professional. She inspires me every day, not just because we're partners, but because this is what she does. We inform and we help each other out every single day, and you should do that. If you have a partner, you all both should encourage each other. So she's always promoting me, and I just want to give her a shout out for just being awesome. Thank you so much, Keisha, for being the great person that you are, for helping me out in my business, for helping me out in life. I really, really appreciate it. So, like I said, if you're looking to have, if your business or your friends, if you all are looking to have personal one-on-one coaching, please hit her up. So her name is Makisha DeCray Pot. Facebook. You also know her as Noisy Writer. And if you're interested for pricing, if you're interested in getting a little bit more information, just inbox me or just send a message on this live, and we will definitely get you connected to her so you all can start that session. Safely, I have made it to my destination. Just want to chime off and say be great today. Do something positive. Smile, laugh, do something that you haven't done, and make sure that you share these videos. Make sure you let people know that there is someone out here that is for the client, for the thing. I'm for doing stuff that is right, because it bothered me at one point, because I was like, what should I say? What should I say about this? And I did what I felt was right, and at the end of the day, I feel good about that. If anything comes back, they're going to see they're going to see the message. They're going to see the email that the client told me, pretty much not to worry about it. Just write me a letter stating this was that. So I'm glad I was able to get that out. I'm glad that I was able to bring